Welcome to another edition of Infrared Sauna Expert, your source for saunas, detox, and health improvement devices. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you can hear the insider's question of the week, and hit the like button on this video so we know you want to see more helpful tips. As always, resources and show notes can be found on infraredsaunaexpert.com. Or if you're looking for the approved list of sauna brands, certifiedsaunas.com has all the updated info. Let's jump into today's episode with your go-to infrared sauna expert, Matt Justice.
Welcome back, guys. Today's infrared sauna question is on far infrared saunas. It says, "Hi Matt, been reading all your blogs. Thanks so much for the helpful info. We were wondering, after you testing all these saunas, some of the dates seemed a little bit older, and we were wondering if you still liked the far infrared sauna over the near. Also saw your take on the full spectrum. Could you talk about that a little bit? Thank you." Okay, so you probably saw some stuff that I really need to update. There's some stuff on my main blog that is definitely out of date. However, if you go to the YouTube channel and you just search for the most recent sauna review videos, all the information is all up to date. And so to answer your question right up front, yes, I still think far infrared saunas are the way to go. I think what people are calling a near infrared sauna, which is, I've got one right there. I don't know how to swing this around and show it to you, but what most people are calling a near infrared sauna still has a ton of far infrared output. If it didn't, you wouldn't be sweating. If you find the video where I sit in front of a LED panel, like a Juve light or something like that, you can sit in front of those, which are true near infrared, for like 2 hours. You don't sweat. So to me, a near infrared sauna is kind of like a play on words. Same thing with the full spectrum. There's two main types of full spectrum saunas that you'll see on the market. One of which is using LEDs behind a grill at a distance from the body that I think is too far for you to really get all the benefits, I guess you could say. The other is really just a combo heater that's out in front of you. Some of the sauna companies place full spectrum emitters in the front, and supposedly, delivers X amount of near infrared, mid infrared, and far infrared. I think that's also a bit of a stretch. I think if most people just focused on the core principles of what makes an infrared sauna really good, which is far infrared, the far infrared is the real workhorse in all the saunas. If somebody wants to detox or get a really deep penetrating sweat in their sauna, there's all this stuff out there that says, you've got to have a full spectrum, or you've got to have near infrared, or else if you don't have all three wavelengths, you won't get a complete detox. If you don't have near infrared in the sauna, or if you don't use a near infrared sauna, it's not going to penetrate all the way to the bone, and blah, blah, blah. You got to stop and think about these marketing messages for a minute. Like, what are these people really saying? How did infrared saunas, or saunas at all, get popular, right? They started out as sweat lodges. I don't know if you guys have ever been in a sweat lodge, but I personally have. It's an ancient... They basically just take a teepee, and they've got the stone coals in there, and you get in there, you pour water on the hot rocks, and you sweat your butt off. I have been in one of these down to my underwear. It's no fun to have sand up your butt, I can tell you. Probably more than you wanted to know, but you wouldn't know that if you'd never been in one before. This was actually at a men's retreat weekend where we simulated what the ancients used to do. It was a really cool experience. It was also extremely hot, and if you stay in too long, it can be very disorienting. I would not recommend anyone build a teepee in their backyard and build one of these. I would highly recommend that you just get an indoor home sauna instead, like any of those. Anyway, back on topic. The thing is, you've got to think about these marketing messages, where they're stemming from, what the history of saunas is. Why are infrared saunas even popular? Forget near infrared, far infrared, full spectrum. Why are saunas popular? Because they've been helping people with hyperthermia, with eliminating things through the skin without having to run a marathon to sweat that much, with getting the immune system boost that you get from contrast therapy. There's all these little things that saunas help with, and most of it has to do with superheating the body. Most of it has to do with having a ritualized sweat routine, giving the largest organ of the body, which is the skin, the ability to eliminate stuff and the lymphatic system let go of things faster than it normally can by getting them into circulation through the body and getting processed by the organs, right? This is why saunas are popular. And so I'm getting to the point right here. Saunas are popular for that reason, and for the last 20 years, people have been getting great results with infrared saunas. That's why you hear so many good things about them. So why all of a sudden, within the last 3 to 5 years, and that's being generous, it's really been the last 2 to 4 years, 2 to 3 years, why all of a sudden do we need infrared that is full spectrum? Why all of a sudden do we need near infrared? Why do we need all of these things that didn't exist when people had amazing healing benefits? I mean, you can go back to the books, Clear Body, Clear Mind by L. Ron Hubbard, the Scientology people. I'm not a Scientologist, but hell, I'll take the information that they put to put the people through the $10,000 drug detox and all this stuff. There's another book too. Dan Root sent it to me. He said they were redoing the niacin detox protocol. There should be like a new book on Amazon. Maybe I'll put a link in the YouTube description to the search on Amazon that should show you both the books. Anyway, this stuff has been around for 20 years, even longer. You know, I'm just saying 20 years to give you an idea of a timeline. That's not accurate. It's actually been longer than that. But what I'm trying to say is people only had access to steam saunas, dry saunas, sweat lodges, far infrared saunas, all these things in the past, and they were able to get people these great results. Think about that. So now all of a sudden, the marketing teams and the advertising agencies and the sauna companies and whatever, blah, 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 they're always, I say this all the time, they're always competing with each other, right? Every single sauna company on the planet, wants you to buy their sauna. Every time you call them, they say that their sauna is the best. Every time you ask them to do a brand comparison, they say, oh, well, X company has this and we have this and they don't have this and blah, 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 right? If they were really honest with you, the truth is the degree of difference between a lot of the saunas is very minute, like less than a 10% difference. Now, if you're not shopping on the certified sauna list at certifiedsaunas.com, the whole reason to put that list together is to fact check these people on the EMF stuff. Because we've got companies out there that are saying they have low EMF saunas, but low EMF to them is like 15, 20 milligauss, which is way too high for like sick people. I wouldn't put my child in that. I wouldn't even buy one of those saunas for my friends or family. I would want something lower. And then you've also got the bait and switch EMF stuff. They're not testing magnetic fields. They're not testing electric fields. They're not testing body voltage. They're putting smartphone controllers in the saunas and connecting the sauna to the internet. So then you have a Wi-Fi transmitter right over your head that's usually not shielded. If it is shielded, you can actually remove a lot of the RF radiation from the cabin, but that's neither here nor there. You've got all these things and these shady messages, and it's a distraction. It's getting us away from how were these people successful at detoxing people from drugs 25 years ago? How did they develop these niacin detox protocols to accelerate the body's ability to get rid of stuff through the lymphatic system, through the skin, through everything? Why is it that you can perform or you can put the body through a hyperthermia session and you can use detox binders and you eliminate stuff, whether you have leaky gut or not, at a much faster rate than somebody who doesn't do this? It's because of the heat therapy. And the number one contributor to heat therapy is far infrared. If you're talking about an infrared sauna, it's heating the core temperature. And so you could even argue that every single sauna is a full spectrum sauna. Like, I don't think I've ever said that before. I may have on some private videos, but it's like you can't just take an infrared or a radiant heat device and say that it's only this one wavelength. It's not that isolated. It's not that narrow of a band. There's always some bleed through. Just like the people with the bulb saunas, the heat lamp saunas, or the near infrared saunas. If those saunas were just near infrared, no one would sweat in them, and they wouldn't be able to sell them. So how is it a near infrared sauna? It's not. When you really get down to it, the ones that use the bulbs, it's a heat lamp sauna. So you've got heat from the bulb itself, and then you've got the far infrared portion of the wavelength that's exciting the water molecules underneath your skin that is increasing your core temperature and heating you up. Is there some bleed through if you were to measure the spectrum and you get some near infrared in those wavelengths? Yes. Is that contributing to your sauna experience? No, it's not. If you isolated that, like sitting in front of a Juve lamp, you wouldn't be sweating at all. And so I get these messages all the time, and it's a new one every single week, because here's what's happening. The sauna company, salespeople, or whatever are trying to come up with new ways to convince people that their sauna is better than another sauna company's sauna. And they're doing this, the first problem that I have with that is 9 times out of 10, they don't even own that sauna in their own house. Second problem I have with that is they're advising someone on a $5,000 purchase decision, right? And they're telling somebody over the phone that their sauna does this and the competing sauna brand that they're doing a comparison for doesn't have this. Here's a red flag. That person that you're talking to has likely never used the other competing brand, and they don't own the model that you're asking about to buy from them. So let's think about that. These are the people that are saying you've got to have a near infrared sauna. You've got to have a full spectrum sauna or you won't get any of the benefits. You won't get a complete detox. You won't be able to detox heavy metals. You won't be able to get down to the bone. I could get all fired up about this. I've done it in past videos. But at the end of the day, most of it is all pseudoscience. And most of it is all opinion-based. And where the rubber meets the road is that, for me, this is where the rubber meets the road. If someone is telling me their opinion on a sauna or something like that, and I can't go online onto YouTube or onto their website and see pictures of them doing it, see live videos of them getting dusty or dirty, show me their garage. How come no one's garage looks like this? This is my garage from last week. How come no one is dirty? How come no one is pissed off because they've unpackaged so many sauna pallets that there is shit everywhere in their house, and they have to saw these things up in order to put them in the truck to take them to a dumpster somewhere to get rid of them because the regular trash people won't pick them up? How come no one is talking about this? How come you don't see people's shirts dirty when they talk about saunas? How come no one is carrying these giant panels through a hallway and getting pissed off that it won't fit around the corner? Oh, that's right. Because no one is actually testing them. These people that are advising you on buying a near-infrared sauna, buying a full-spectrum sauna, buying this or buying that, have never even put their hands on this equipment. And so if you see a video where I fly off the handle and I start cursing and yelling obscenities and get all mad about such and such a sauna salesperson or company, now you know why. It's because their garage doesn't look like this. It's because you never see them with dust all over them complaining. You don't ever hear them complain about how hard it is to carry and assemble a 3 or a 4 person sauna by yourself, because they've never done it before. So maybe they should stop talking about it now. In my perfect world, they should stop talking about it, because what happens is, it's the same reason I'm doing this video for you right now. It's because you bought into some marketing message and you asked the people, but something in your gut is like, you know what? This seems a little off. Let's see what Matt thinks about this. Or here's a guy who, I see doing all this stuff. Seems like he's been in more saunas than pretty much anyone else on the planet. But let's just kind of feel him out and see what he has to say about this. Or let's see if he'll bite and tell me I need to spend an extra $2,000 to get that full spectrum sauna. Maybe he'll convince me, or maybe this is really true, because I don't want there to be a shadow of it. This is the play. I don't want there to be a shadow of a doubt that I got the wrong thing, or I'm missing a wavelength and I won't get the health benefits. I'm going to spend, $3,800 when I could have spent $4,200, and I could have gotten all 3 wavelengths, or I could have had that near infrared in there, and oh man, it could be a year from now and I'm not going to be in better health because I didn't make the decision. You see how that plays on people? It's really a disservice to the industry. It's a disservice to you guys. It's a disservice to the customer. I think at its core, it's really just a war between sauna companies. I say it over and over and over. But really, it's back to the basics, back to the principles. Focus on 100, get as much far infrared in that sauna as you possibly can. That is all you need to worry about. The rest will take care of itself. If you want to add near infrared bulbs to the sauna or whatever, I have tutorials on that on YouTube that are free. You can buy the stuff, you can screw in a little fixture thing. You can do it for like $100. Just go on YouTube and search add NIR to FIR, which is add near infrared to far infrared sauna. You'll see my video pop up. There's yellow letters. It shows you how to do it. I have a parts list in the YouTube description. You don't have to spend an extra $2,500 to get a full spectrum sauna. If you're really that hell-bent on having the bulbs or having a near infrared source in there and you want to do it cheap, I created a tutorial to show people how to do exactly that. So let me know what other questions you have about this. Obviously, I could go on and on about this all day long because I've answered hundreds, if not thousands, of these questions about near infrared, full spectrum, blah, blah, blah. And you know what? Just for some proof, people say that, people make things up when they sit in front of the computer and talk about saunas. Hopefully, me dragging my stuff into the sauna room so that you can actually see there's tons of saunas in here speaks for itself. But if not, I've actually built the stuff that I talk about. The reason that I don't like these is not because you can't make them work at all. You actually can. The trouble is, the companies that sell these want $3,000 for a little stick frame, some cloth that I probably could have gotten for free from my grandmother's sewing collection, and 4 of these bulbs right here with a wooden enclosure. Now, I ordered these bulbs from Amazon or got some from Home Depot. They're anywhere from $12 to $15 a piece. So you do the math. It's highway robbery, folks. And the thing is, the reason that I don't like these, the reason that I didn't end up building one of these to sell to people, because I'm set up to do that. We've got the capability to manufacture them. I just don't think it's the right product. I don't think it's the right solution for most people. If you don't have a wooden enclosure, these are not that effective. If you use them in a cloth environment, like I converted a shower using an insulated panel, and it still wasn't enough. So this near infrared sauna, which is a lot of far infrared, without an additional heat source, it's just not going to give you the results that you're looking for on a daily basis. And so I don't want to make this too long-winded. We're getting way off topic here, but just wanted to let you know that, I've got all this stuff here. This, you don't have to buy into crazy marketing messages. Think about what's really happening. Look at what's happening between the sauna companies and then, pick the best solution for you. We've got tons of verified low EMF options on CertifiedSaunas.com. Check that out. And if you have other questions, let me know in the YouTube comments. I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Have a great night, guys.